It shouldn't be news to you again that this year's UNILAG PostUtme is going to be conducted online, so there's no need for you to come to the school to write the test. You can write it at the comfort of your home or any CBT center that you choose to go and write the exam. And it's going to be a total of 40 questions in 30 minutes. In this video, I'll be showing you all the procedures and the dangers of using this online test, because I know that one of the reasons that they said that the exam is going to be online maybe is to save cost for them and also to save cost for the students, so that they might not spend much maybe traveling from a far distance to the school environment to write the exam. So you are going to be probably writing it from your house or any other CBT center. In this video, I'll be telling you everything you are going to expect, or what you should be expecting from the UniLag PostUtme, because although it's advantage for you guys to stay at home, stay at your comfort places to write the exam, but there are many disadvantages of using this method. I also share them in this video. I also share my experiences of using this Proctor software for writing an exam. You guys, that is the same test, that is the same software that you guys are going to use for writing the UNILAG PostUtme. And also in this video, I will give you the some textbooks that you can use to prepare for the UNILAG PostUtme, and also give you the UNILAG past questions, and also give you the syllabus that you can study from. It shouldn't be news now to you that it is going to be 3 subjects, no matter the course you are writing, whether it's medicine, pharmacy, or even if it's law. It's going to be English, general knowledge, and mathematics. And in this video, I will show you everything you need to study for these subjects so that you can score very high. So let's get started with the video. I'll start with my experiences while writing a PostUtme with this Proctor software that you guys are going to be using. So on the day I was scheduled to write the PostUtme online test, I had to go and borrow a laptop that morning. I had to go and rush and find a place to borrow a laptop that morning so that I can use it to write the test. Remember that for writing this online test, you're not going to use your phone. It's not allowed, because they will send you an email on your mail, and that mail that they are going to send to you, you're going to download it and install an app into your system that will enable you to write the exam. The app is like a Proctor, like it is, I think the name of the software should be Proctor, or maybe they might use another one, a different one. But my experience is, what happened that day, I rushed, got the system, I sat down. I think I was even prepared. I sat down maybe 15 minutes before the test, and I was then logged in with my I used my phone's hotspot to log in. So when I logged in and it was time for my exam, the stuff logged me in. Like, I logged in and they said to start exam. I was clicking on start exam, and the stuff was not really clicking. And when it later clicked, the network was very terrible. My network was very, very terrible. And before you know it, someone started calling me on my phone. Remember that I used my phone as a hotspot to my system. So that day was very much messed up. I wasn't even able to write the test. And once that, I think the text was around 30 minutes time. That PostUtme time was like 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes. Immediately 30 minutes elapsed. I tried to log in again. The stuff was not logging in. They said I've finished the exam. Like, so I was so much tensed up. Like, it was much on me that day, that what I had to do the next day, what I had to do that same day, is to mail the my school's PostUtme office, to post the admission office and tell them that, look at the issues I had. I sent them some of my details, and later, thank God that they rescheduled the test for me. So the next day, I didn't use that system again, because that system, another thing that happened that day was that the system started running very low. Like, the battery went from around 100% to around 20%. It was already telling me that my battery is low. So everything really messed up that day. So the advice I will give to you guys now is that try your best to maybe use a CBT center, because it was what I later used. Maybe you can go and pay them some money instead of staying at home to do the test, like exclusively you're not calling anyone, nobody is there to give you any assistance. Like, it can be very terrifying. But if you are comfortable, or if you are very conversant with using the system, you can actually use your own system and stay at home. Just try to reduce the background noise and other stuff that I will share in the video that you should be mindful of when you are starting the exam. Why I'm very serious on advising you guys to really use the CBT, or maybe pay a CBT person or a cyber cafe person so that you can write your exam there, is that NEPA, like, Nigeria is not to be trusted with NEPA. If you rely on NEPA to supply your system with power, they can fail you, except maybe you guys have a standby generator that you can use for powering your system if they take the light. But if not, still I'll still advise that you use a cyber cafe and just beg them, pay them some money, tell them to restrict the place for like 30 minutes for you. And also network issues, that is another thing. CBT, these CBT centers or these cyber cafes, they have they use hotspot, like a general hotspot like MiFi or router that they use for connecting their systems. So, but if you are staying at home, most of you don't even have MiFi or router that you can use to connect. You mostly use your phone. Remember I told you guys what happened to me when I used my phone to connect to the connect to my system. Someone called. I don't know, but if you really trust your phone that it won't fail you on that, like, that a call will not enter, because that is when these village people and these loan apps people will remember to call you that critical 30 minutes that you just have to write your exam. So I'll just beg you to maybe get a router for yourself, or get a MiFi, or maybe use a SIM that you are very sure that a call is not going to enter. Another thing I also want you to note is that you might encounter difficulties, technical difficulties. So Nigeria is not that perfect in conducting this online exam. Even JAM till date, they still have technical difficulties, and which affect students. So just know that is why I advise that you stay around someone that even when you have issues, you can as well just tell the person what's going on, and the person might think about some solutions. And you can as well take the number of, there is a number that they will also send to you in the PostUtme stuff, that if you're having issues, you can call on the numbers. Most times those numbers that they will provide for you guys to call on, most of them will be choked up that day. Trust me, during my own time, I told you guys while I was writing the stuff, so I was calling those numbers and they were telling me that the numbers were busy. Like, I think it was OAU PostUtme that 2020 or 2021 their PostUtme, and it will be the same with UNILAG. That number will be busy throughout the day. So don't trust the number. Once you have these difficulties and you're not able to write, just chill and just type and I'll paste the email, their school, the UNILAG email here, so that you can be able to chat them up and tell them, provide your details, your JAMREG number, everything about your details, and send it to them. They can reschedule you, or maybe they will help. Maybe they might not help immediately, but they will surely help you if you go through that route. But if you are hoping on the that numbers, I think I saw 2 numbers or 3 numbers there, they are going to be busy throughout the day. Remember, like, UNILAG is among the most sought after universities in Nigeria. I think they are 3rd or 2nd, I don't know, but just know that whenever you run into difficulties during the exam, and try to make a complaint and tell them about it, they might reschedule you. And while writing the exam, I don't think you should be coming with your calculator. I think it will be in the instructions. They will provide a calculator for you in the system. Remember, the same way you use the calculator for writing your JAMB exam. Also, I'll advise that you try to be seated down. Try to sit and be prepared for the exam for, like, let me say 15 or 30 minutes before the exam, so that you calm yourself down. Remember how you did JAM, you were in the hall and those stuffs. Like, it's not a big deal, it's not something foreign, like, it's a normal thing. It's just that you'll be writing at the comfort of your places. And also, you cannot use phone to log in. You can't. I said it earlier in the video. Again, try to don't try to move around, because that proctor stuff I spoke about will be monitoring your movements. like it's just like webcam. Your system's webcam will be monitoring your movement and everything you are doing. And it's important, your system must have a webcam, and the audio microphone must be also active, and you will also test it when you are installing this app. They will tell you to test it there. So you must have, if your system doesn't have a webcam, you can't use it for the exam. It's not the app, or the app that you're going to use for the exam is not going to be compatible with the system. So just try to stay still, and if you have something that you want to solve with, or paper or stuff, just make sure it's blank, because someone is watching you, through that proctor stuff, and they might tell you to raise your booklet that you're using to solve the stuff. So just try your best that there are no expos, like there are no writings on it. Just come with clean sheets, so the same way you wrote JAMB. And again, make sure that there are no background noises, no one is telling you anything, maybe nobody is beside you that is telling you something. And because once they hear a voice or something, they might disqualify you for the exam. They might think that maybe you are making a malpractice. Once they just analyze it and know that maybe this person is telling you something relating to the exam, they might disqualify you. So try your best to stay in an environment with less noise, and people should not be like walking around and distracting and making everything suspicious. Also, while you are now logged into the windows, like you are now writing the exam, try your best not to move to another tab to check something. Once you move to another tab, is automatic disqualification, because they will believe that that you went to another tab to check answers or check questions. So try your best to stay logged in that particular tab. Also, the system recommendations is Windows. Make sure you are using Windows, and try not to use MacBook or Apple laptop. These Apple products, don't use them. Just try your best to use a Windows system. Now, to the nature of their questions, as I said earlier, you'll be writing mathematics, English, and general knowledge, no matter the course you're applying for, whether medicine, whether law, whether music, whatever course you are applying for, you'll be writing these 3 subjects, and they're going to be a total of 40 questions. That means and it's a total of 30 marks, I think, and that means each particular question is over 0.75. Each question is 0.75 marks, and the mathematics is going to be 15 questions, the English is going to be 15 questions, while the general knowledge is going to be 10 questions. That's 15, 15, 10. That's a total of 40. So just try your best to prepare for mathematics, English, and also general paper. And the English that you'll be writing is the normal English, like it's the normal JAMB stuff. So if you are good with JAMB, and if you are good with their past questions, it will be easier for you. Also, if you have the Lambda series or your normal textbooks, just use them for it. Like, it's basically O levels. For some of you are going to be seeing maybe math questions, normal stuff. Remember the way that JAMB did it, and some people saw very difficult questions, while some others saw simpler questions. Some people are going to be seeing simpler questions, and they might even be scoring 30 over 30. So just pray that luck shines on you, and just prepare very well. Don't hope on luck. I don't really I don't believe in luck like that, but so that whatever that comes, you can be able to adapt. I'll also be pasting the syllabus for English, for mathematics, and general knowledge on the video screen. So these syllabus are not really official syllabus, but it is based on the experiences students have seen, like what students have seen in their past questions, in UNILAG past question, so they can be able to pull out where they are really getting their questions from. So even if maybe you cover the syllabus, try to also read other stuffs. Read other stuffs too. So if you check these topics, particularly English and mathematics, you can actually use the JAMB Remix series to prepare for this. Maybe that is if you are done with your past questions, like if you are really done with your past questions and you really want to get some other questions from these particular topics I listed. The JAM remix listed everything in these topics, like questions from each topic. You can try to attempt them. So I'll also include the JAM remix PDF in the video description. I'll add the link in the video description. Just join the Telegram group that I listed there and just download the books there. I also include the UNILAG past questions from 2005 I think to 2018 there, so just go and check it out after this video. Then the final advice that I will give to every one of you is, see, don't be scared about the exam. I know maybe the exam came impromptu, you're not that prepared for it, but remember JAM, for you to be able to score above 200, that it means you are strong. This exam is not stronger than JAM. Yeah, it's not stronger than JAM. So if you passed JAM, you also pass this. It will be a walkover. Like, don't go with the fear, but don't also go with overconfidence, as some people will say. But just know that, just prepare, try your best to prepare your best using the past question, UNILAG past questions. Use maybe JAM if you are done with the UNILAG past questions, especially that JAM remix series. If you check this topic, maybe Concord in that I listed in the JAM syllabus and the PostUtme syllabus, you can, when you see it, you can go to the JAM remix series and go get questions from Concord and solve and know why the answers to the questions are so and so. So it will really help you a lot. Just make sure that you read their instructions and follow it very well, because any mistake can really get you penalized and disqualified for the exam. If you really want to learn more about PostUtme and PostUtme questions in general, join me in this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notification icon. I love you guys.